Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
All right. It's You as a Whole, Body, Mind, and Soul on Monday night. And why am I decked out in such wonderful attire here? Because we're going to talk about something that's really important today. We're going to talk about supplements. And I'm actually studying now to become, I haven't started yet, to be honest, but I'm looked into the paperwork, into the classes to become a certified trainer. And part of that is going to be talking to people about what to take and what they should be doing and what they should not be doing. And a lot of what I'm going to talk about today was really spawned from a conversation that I had with a friend of mine this week. And I hope you'll join in and talk to me about this. And some of this might be a little controversial, but I think it needs to be said, and I'm going to say it. First of all, my friends know what I'm built like. So people know my size. They know that I'm a muscular guy, that I've worked out for 35 years. Now, I did have a couple of years where depression kind of took me down and I lost a lot of muscle, a lot of strength, but I built it back up again at 50 years old. I'm in probably the best shape I've ever been in my entire life, and that includes cardiovascularly. But how does it happen? You know, how do you get muscular? How do you get shoulders that you can flex? How do you get biceps that are 20 inches? It's not just the gym. And it's not just what you eat, it's a mix of both. And it's not supplements. Now, with that said, there are some supplements that you can take that are helpful, and some of them do work. But let's talk about why supplements can be good and why they can be a problem. One thing is, for me to be the weight I am, I'm 210 pounds, and I'm very open about everything. I was at one point 240 when I was powerlifting. I was 240 and I was stronger. I was bench pressing almost 400 pounds. I was bench pressing 385 pounds. Now I'm 210 and I'm bench pressing about 325 pounds. That's a pretty big drop. That's a 60-pound drop in weight. Now, would I like to get back up to the 385 area? Yeah, but with the exceptions, I don't want to gain 200 and I want to jump up to 240 pounds again. I want to stay at the same weight and be able to do it. So it's going to take some time, and we're always looking for shortcuts. We're looking for the easy way out, the fastest way to get there. And one of the things that people do, and we talked about this with Shap a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's important to reiterate, it's the damn testosterone that people are worried about that's causing the biggest issue. And a friend of mine told me this week that he goes into one of the stores, one of the places that sells supplements, and he buys over-the-counter testosterone boosters. And I told him, studies are showing, and doctors will tell you, it's not a good idea. Yes, you need testosterone to build muscle. You do. That's why most women cannot build the same amount of muscle as men. That is not a sexist remark. That is a factual remark, that it's unusual. It's not impossible, but it's unusual for a woman to be able to put on the same amount of muscle size at the same height as a man who is training at the same time, because testosterone is so key in muscle development and muscle building. There's no doubt about that. It's just the way we are. And also, estrogen is something that can burn muscle. So when men are overweight, when I was heavy and I was 250 pounds of just fat and not muscle at all, I probably had a lot of estrogen, and that's not good either because estrogen is a muscle killer. It's going to destroy your muscle. So not only does it cause you to you're getting fatter, you're also losing muscle mass due to higher levels of estrogen, and that also can lead to cancers and all kinds of different things. It's not fat shaming to tell people that they really need to not be overweight. It's not. It's telling people that they have a choice. You can be overweight if you want to, but you have to know that there are risks, just like smoking. Everybody knows that it's not healthy to be a smoker. It's not. I'm not telling you something that's completely off the wall here. I mean, it is what it is. We know it. But what people don't know about supplements is they are not regulated by the FDA before they're put out on the market. They are put out on the market, but they do not have to follow FDA rules. Let's take St. John's wort, for instance. Many people take St. John's wort. I have no idea what the milligrams are because I don't take them. Let's say the bottle says 10 milligrams, take 2 a day. All right. How many milligrams if you take 2 pills? You'll tell me 20. 10 milligrams, took it twice a day. 10 is 20. You don't know that. And I'll tell you why you don't know that. Because you don't know that there's 10 milligrams in there. There could be 2 milligrams in there. There could be 400 milligrams in there. There could be 800 milligrams in there. There could be 50 milligrams in there. You have no idea. Every pill could have a different level of St. John's wort in it. So you don't know what you're taking. You're taking what they're telling you on the bottle. That doesn't mean you know what you're taking. You got to be very careful with this stuff. You can't just go into these places and just because they're on a shelf and just because they're uh, set up for people to buy and they say, well, it's going to make you, you know, my friend told me for muscle growth, he wanted the testosterone and also for uh, tiredness. He was suffering from fatigue and he's got a pretty rough job where he needs to not be fatigued. And that was his reason for taking the testosterone. I said, how much testosterone are you taking? And he told me what was on the bottle. I said, do you know that's what how much is in there? He said, yeah, it's on the bottle. I said, well, you don't know how much is in there because that's what they told you is on the bottle. That's not what's definitely in the bottle. That's what they're telling you each dosage that each dosage is. That's the problem. That's the problem. You know, these fat loss things, I tried them myself. It was stupid. It was a waste of money. And I lost the fat by doing the 2 things that you need to do to lose fat: exercise and eat right. That's it. That's it. There's no magic pill. There's no magic pill to get 20-inch arms except for one. You know what that is? Steroids. Do you want to take steroids? Now, I can't make that decision for you. If you want to take steroids, you can take steroids all you want. They're illegal. You have to do it illegally. They also are very dangerous. Whether people are going to tell you they're not, it's bunk. They are dangerous. I've done enough study on them in 35 years to tell you that without even being a doctor. I can tell you, and it's not just anecdotal evidence. It's you just look at professional wrestling. They're all on steroids, and look how many die before 60, 70 years old. Do you think that's a coincidence that that's happening? That athletes are losing their lives? It's not a coincidence. It is rare, but sometimes you hit the genetics lottery. For me, I hit the genetics lottery on biceps, but only on biceps. I did not hit the genetics lottery on chest or shoulders or legs. Everything that I built from 2 things: diet and exercise. That's it. Never took steroids. I did take weight gainer for a while, and then I stopped. And what happened with that was in 1998. I wound up going from a 6-pack to a big fat belly. And yeah, the muscle grew, sure, but I wound up with a belly and lost a six pack and had a fight to get it back. Now at 50 years old, I'm close to a six pack, but at 210 pounds, which isn't bad, but it was a fight. It took a long time to do it. I was focused on strength more than I was on aesthetics. And look, we don't all have to be big. I work out with a guy in a gym and I spot him. He is a professional bodybuilder. I will never look as good as him. Never, ever, ever, ever. I will never be as muscular as he is. I don't have the genetics. There's nothing that I can do about it. I could work out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'm not going to look like him. I can take all the supplements I want, and I'm not going to look like him. It's not going to happen. It's just the way it is. Genetics play a role. What you eat plays a role. How hard you work out plays a role. Your rest plays a role. How much you sleep. If you sleep well. If you are in a job where you have a lot of stress, that is not good because your cortisol goes up. And then they have things on the market, cortisol blockers, where they can block the cortisol. Do they work? No, they don't work. And again, how much is in them? They say, well, it's 40 milligrams. Really? It could be 400 milligrams in one of the tablets. It could be 25 milligrams in a different tablet. It could be 60 milligrams in another tablet, or capsule, whatever it happens to be, or liquid, whatever it is. So my advice to you is know what you're doing before you get involved in these supplements, and don't just read these bottles and these shiny little packages that say, hey, you want to satisfy all the women and you want to be great in bed. You could take this testosterone booster and she'll love you for it. I see athletes that do that. That's a bunch of crap. It's not true. It doesn't work that way. Now, are there medications that do those things? Yeah, Viagra, Cialis, those things. Yeah, I'm sure that but they're medications. They're not supplements. But these testosterone boosters, and my doctor, I showed my testosterone levels a couple weeks ago on the show, and I showed you that my regular testosterone is normal medium. I'm in the middle. I'm normal medium, but my free testosterone, which means is not connected to any um, it's free in the blood, is close to off the charts. It's at 19.6 and 20 or 21, I think, would put me in the too high zone for my age at 50 years old. Again, how did that happen? I'm not on steroids, so you might say, well, are you telling the truth? That's luck. That's luck. But my regular testosterone isn't high. It's in the middle. It's actually a little bit lower than middle. But the free testosterone is the one that's most important if you want to build muscle, and that's what I'm lucky enough to have an abundance of. Mine is that of somebody who's about 30 years old instead of 50 years old. Now, I don't do anything to do that. I don't do anything to do that. I don't take steroids. I don't take TRT. We talked about JFK Jr. JFK Jr. RFK Jr. I'm sorry, RFK Jr. RFK Jr. Has admitted that he takes TRT. Now, look, if you want to take hormone replacement therapy and testosterone, if you need it, that's one thing. That's fine. You could do that if you need it. If you don't need it, you can't take it. Now, will you find an unscrupulous doctor that will write prescriptions for TRT when you don't need it? Yes. Because my exact words to my doctor were this, or was this. I said, my regular testosterone is middle, just a little bit below middle. Can you top me off? Those were my exact words. And she said, absolutely not. She said, absolutely not. She says, not one reputable doctor will write you a prescription to top off your testosterone if it's not below the level that it should be. Because now I would also raise my free testosterone, which could put me at greater risk for heart attack, cancer, especially prostate cancer, prostate issues, and things like that. Now, another thing is protein powders. Do I take protein powders? I take more protein powder than probably anybody watching this show, because I don't have an appetite like a bodybuilder has, where they can eat 8 meals a day. I just can't do it. I can't throw down 12 eggs in the morning, and then 2 hours later eat a steak, and then 4 hours later eat fish. And I can't. I'm unable to do that. So I rely heavily on protein powder. Now, at first, I was taking regular protein powder. I was taking the whey protein, and some studies say that they can cause stomach issues, including stomach cancer, very rarely. It's not likely, but it can happen. So what did I do? I switched over to plant-based protein powder. And I thought I'm doing myself a favor. I'm using plant-based protein powder. And then they find out that there are heavy metals in the protein powder that I was using. I don't know if it was mercury or whatever it was, but they found heavy metals in the exact one that I was using, thinking that I was being safe, that I was doing the safe thing. And I was taking protein powder that was vegetarian, and I wasn't taking whey protein. They've also found steroid. I tell people all the time, they say, do you take steroids? Do you take any kind of, have you ever taken anabolic steroids? I've had plenty of chances to take anabolic steroids. I've been in gyms with people who I watch shoot up. I've been in gyms where people said, do you want some? You're benching 385. If you took steroids, you'd be benching 485 or 500. Just think about what that would be like. You got 20-inch arms. If you just took steroids, you'd have 24-inch arms or 25-inch arms. You'd have massive, like, world-class arms. At what cost? Liver damage, kidney damage, including hairy liver, which is disgusting, but that's one of them. But liver damage, kidney damage, raging cholesterol. It is terrible for your brain. Anabolic steroids are terrible for your brain, for your mental acuity, for your emotional regulation. It is not worth it. People try to deny it, but this really came to light with Lyle Alzado back in 1992 when he used HGH, human growth hormone, and steroids to try to come back in the NFL at age 43 or 41, whatever he was, 41, I think, and then died at 43 because of the brain cancer that he got. Now, you could say it's anecdotal evidence, but is it? He didn't believe so, and I tend to agree with him. Now, are there ways to be safe? Yes. Now I'm going to show you a bottle here, and this bottle has something. I don't know how well you can see it, but right there, it kind of went out of focus there. NSF. Let's see if I can get it to not be sparkly like that. NSF. Write that down. NSF certified sport. Those are the supplements you want to take, that they're NFS certified, because that is a company that looks into all of these supplements to make sure that they're safe before they go out. So this is how much whey protein? Well, 2 scoops are 20 milligrams, or 20 grams rather. I'm sorry, 20 grams. How many carbohydrates? 3 grams. I know that I'm getting what I'm getting in this bottle. I know exactly what I'm getting in this bottle because it's NSF certified. If it wasn't NSF certified, I have no idea if that was 20 grams or 50 grams or 2 grams or 7 grams. I would not know for certain. I'd have no idea. I might think I do because that's what it says on the bottle, but that doesn't mean that it's true. And that's what we got to be careful of. Please don't take testosterone boosters if you're a man or woman, but especially men are going to take it. It's the man thing. It's the toxic masculinity thing that's going to cause it to happen. But most women are not looking to try to grow a beard and trying to become have a male physique. They want to tone up. Muscle's important for everyone. Muscle's important for women and men, but that doesn't mean that you want to load up on testosterone if you're not supposed to. Now, if a woman needs testosterone for a certain reason, if there's a reason for it, then yeah, a doctor should tell her, yes, you're low on testosterone, because women have testosterone and men have estrogen. But there should be the right balance, and you're not equipped to do it, and I'm not equipped to do it, to tell you what the balance is. That's a doctor who can tell you the balance. So if you're going into a store and you're buying it and you're self-medicating and you're trying to level out your hormones, you're making a grave mistake. And when I say grave, it could be, yes, grave, like as in you in the grave if you continue to do it. So when we come back from the commercial, we'll talk a little bit more about this. And I'm kind of hot about it because it's upsetting to me that this is being allowed to be done and why the FDA has been blocked from being able to stop this. So we'll talk more about that when we come back from the commercial break.
Ever dreamed of hosting your own TV show, sharing your story with a global audience? Now's your chance to shine. At USA Global TV and Radio, we make it easy for you to create, host and broadcast your very own TV show. Whether you're a storyteller, entrepreneur or industry expert, we help you bring your vision to life. With our exclusive interview, live streaming and podcasting training, you'll gain the skills and confidence to captivate your audience. Our global platform ensures your voice is heard worldwide. Join our community of creators who are already making an impact, one show at a time. Step into the spotlight. Host your own TV show on USA Global TV and Radio. Book your discovery call today at usaglobaltv.com. Copyright 2025 USA Global TV and Radio. All rights reserved. Terms and conditions apply. To learn more, visit usaglobaltv.com.
All right, we're back. So we're talking about the use of supplements in your workout plan and trying to become bigger and stronger and better. Another thing that we have to talk about here is, and again, it's not trying to be political, but there is a political element to it, and that is the fact that where you stand on regulation matters. And I know we have a comment come up, but I just want to make this point before we take the comment. Where you stand on regulation matters. I know that some people don't like government regulation. I get it. I understand it. And that's fine. That's your opinion. And if you have that opinion, that's fine. But here is the bottom line, whether we like it or not, whether we believe it or not, businesses are in business to make money. They are not concerned about your health. They're concerned about money. So if it's a choice between $10 million a month of income with an unsafe product or having to say it's an unsafe product and get sued and have to take it off the market and have to reformulate it, unless they get caught, they are not going to tell you because that would cut into their cost. I know people say, well, business should be able to do what they want. Okay. Yes, I believe in fair market, but at what risk? There's got to be some sort of balance here where we say, look, and I'm going to read it to you right now, right over here. No pre-market approval. Unlike prescription drugs, dietary supplements do not require FDA approval before they're sold. So here's the bottom line before we take this comment. The bottom line is this. They can put out whatever they want with no regulation at all. And then if it turns out that it's poisonous or causes cancer or causes some sort of horrible disease, then the FDA can step in and take it off the market. But somebody's got to die first. Does that make sense? I don't think so. So let's take the comment. Let's see what the comment is here. Hey, Claire, how are you? Claire back on the show. Lucy, good to see you, Lucy. Welcome to both of you. Oh, thank you so much. Listening, lying down. Didn't see you on. Okay, yeah, on Monday nights at 8:00 every Monday night. But I'm not trying to take people's business away. I'm not trying to tell you that I want to see these companies go out of business. But I want to be honest. I want people to. I don't want to put something in my kid's mouth. Hey, Rachel, how are you? All right, lysine for your knees. Okay. Hopefully that's working for you. Now, what I would suggest is if you are going for supplements, look for NSF supplements because they're the ones that are safe. They're the ones that at least are safer than a company that just puts out whatever they feel like putting out. And again, my doctor said it to me. She said, look, I'm not going to give you testosterone. You're not getting TRT. Your testosterone's too high. I'm not going to top you off. It's not like a car where you're a half a tank and they say, well, all right, I'll just top it off. You don't do that. Because here's what would happen. I would start taking the testosterone. It would get me up to 900. All right. I'm at 450 or whatever. Right. So get me up to 900. So I'd be at 900 testosterone. But then if I stopped taking the TRT, I would drop probably down into the 300s. And then for the rest of my life, I'm stuck on TRT. I had to take needles all the time because my body would say, you don't need it. You got enough of it. It's too late. That's what steroids do to you. That's why the testicles shrink when you take steroids, because the testicles no longer need to make the testosterone. So they stop making testosterone. So they shrivel. And that's what happens to you, to men. So that's the reason why you don't top off, because if you do it, now you're stuck on it for life. It's not a decision that you make and say, okay, well, I'll do it for 6 months. I'll get bigger and stronger and then I'll stop. No, it doesn't work that way. You do it and then you're on it. That's it. That's your life. Now, is that worth it? Again, what are the drawbacks? Prostate cancer, prostate enlargement, prostate issues, heart disease, some cancers, problems with the heart, and you're stuck on it now for the rest of your life. Now, what I was going to say before too is people have asked me, have I ever done anabolic steroids? The answer is not that I know of, to be honest with you. Because usually I say if the answer is not no, then it's yes. But they have found in protein powders anabolic steroids in protein powders. Not all of them. I don't know which ones. If I did, I would rat them out and tell you right now. But I don't remember what they were. It was years ago. There were anabolic steroids in the protein powders. Now, why do you think they did that? Because that allowed that protein to be superior to other protein powders, because there are anabolic steroids in it. So those people who took that particular protein were not just getting protein, they were getting anabolic steroids. So they were growing much more than somebody who was taking something that I would take. So of course they're going to do that if they can get away with it. They're gonna do that to make it better. I've grown 6 pounds of muscle in the last 2 months. Yeah, of course you did, because you were on anabolic steroids. I didn't even realize. But with my NSF certified protein, I know there's no steroids in it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't think about it. I know it's safe. I know there are no heavy metals in it. It's a crime, I believe, that a company should be allowed to put out a supplement and A, not tell you how many milligrams it is really and be honest. B, tell you what the ingredients are and be honest. And C, put things in them that might not be something that you are agreeing to take. I will never agree to take anabolic steroids. Now, if anabolic steroids have passed through my body, it was completely inadvertently, because I didn't know any better and I took protein powders that may have had, I don't know. But I do know this: if I knew, I wouldn't have taken that protein powder. And that's not fair to anybody. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to anybody else, because they should not be having to worry about what they're putting in their body and not be warned of what it is. Now, look, if you want to take steroids, take them. I can't stop you from taking steroids. You know the risks. You want to be gigantic? Take steroids. Rachel, that's a crazy question. Can women take steroids? Do what that could do, and what would that do? Yes, women take steroids, and what that will do is exactly what it does to men. It's going to make them bigger. It's going to make them stronger. It's going to make them more muscular. It's going to deepen their voice, though. So they'll get the good parts. Look, I said it a million times. If steroids were safe and legal, I would have been on them 35 years ago. I would have been taking them every day for breakfast, but they're not. There is no shortcut. And you know what? It's good that there's not, because then everybody would look the same. Everybody would be the same. What you need is discipline, and you need consistency, and you need to be smart. You don't just need to be a musclehead. and just do whatever you want to do and expect to grow muscle. It doesn't work that way. If it worked that way, then what would be the point of it? The whole reason why it's worth anything is because it's hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And I'm not saying everybody should. Some people couldn't care less, and that's fine. Some people are like, what's muscle? That's no big deal. And if that's you, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people were disgusted by it. Like the guy that I lift with at the gym, he's a pro bodybuilder, came in second, 2 competitions, his last 2 competitions. He, to me, looks fantastic. I'm like, wow, I wish I had that body. I wish I had that body. I know I'll never get it. I'm not going to get it. I don't have the genetics, but he looks great. And there will be men and women if he wants to date somebody, and they will look at him and be, that's disgusting. It looks horrible. And they'll be completely grossed out by it. But that's what he wants. Do I know if he's on steroids or not? I don't ask him. I'm not. I don't need to know. It's not my business. I choose to believe he's not. I don't know that for certain. But it is extremely rare for somebody to look like a Lou Ferrigno or a Frank Zane or any of these guys today, Jay Cutler or any of these guys. Jay Cutler's 50 years old. He looks like a monster. You know, The Rock. You can't tell me The Rock's not on steroids. RFK Jr. He admits it. He tells you. He says, I'm on hormone replacement therapy. He's doing it for aesthetic purposes. He's not doing it because he's low on testosterone. If you have hypogonadism and you take testosterone, all right, then there's a reason. But if you don't have a disease, if you don't have low testosterone, you have no business being on steroids. TRT is steroids. No matter how you cut it, it's testosterone. It is steroids that you're putting in your body. It's not just hormone replacement therapy, only when you are literally replacing hormones that aren't there. If the hormones are there, you're not replacing them. You're adding to them. There's a big difference. And I'm animated about it because I think people just don't understand that. And they think, well, I'll just go to these stores and I'll buy this stuff and, I'm going to get rock solid and I'm going to have, 20-inch arms. I'm going to have this and that. You're probably not. Unless you're doing steroids, you're probably not getting 20-inch arms. It's almost impossible to do. Like I said, I am lucky that I was able to get 20-inch arms naturally, but that is pure genetic luck and hard work, obviously. I mean, if I didn't lift the weight, it would never have happened. If I didn't take protein, it never would have happened. But it happened because I did all that. But I had to have the genetics for it. My chest, I'm never going to have the chest of a bodybuilder. No, I don't care how much I bench press. I don't care how heavy I bench press. I don't care how strong my chest is. I am not going to have the musculature of a professional bodybuilder in my chest. I just won't. I don't have the genetics. It just doesn't exist. I don't have it. My legs, I have very big, thick legs, but I don't have bodybuilder legs, and I'm never going to get it because I don't have the genetics. Calves, I don't have the genetics. And you know what? 95% of people on earth, probably, maybe less than that, maybe 80-some% of people on earth, even bodybuilders, have struggled with that because that's one of the hardest ones. You need really, really good genetics for your calves to grow. For some reason, that's one of the hardest muscles to get to grow right are your calves. And look, if you're doing it because you're doing it to win hundreds of thousands of dollars, that's your choice. If you want to play professional sports and you know that most of these people are on performance enhancing drugs, even though they say they test, and you want to do it, that's your choice. You can do it. But if you're doing it because you want to look good at the beach, or you're doing it because you don't want to get older, or you're doing it because you want to be able to outlift the next person next to you, is it worth it? If it was worth it, I would do it. But I don't do it because it's not worth it. Whatever I have is all because of hard work, eating right, and the right supplements that are safe supplements. Now, creatine, we can get into the argument about creatine. I wanted to take creatine. I've been dying to take creatine. And my doctors both said, you've had kidney stone issues before, so don't take it. So my kidney doctor, my urologist, and my primary care doctor both said the same thing. They said, don't, even though it's the most studied supplement in the world, they told me don't take it because I have a history of kidney stones. So that's another thing that you got to think about. What is your health? What other health issues do you have? What other things do you take? Do you take heart medications? Do you take different medications that might mix with some of these things? And if you don't know what's in them, how could you tell? So I really think this country needs to look at this and ask itself, is it right to allow any company to I can put out anything I want right now. I could go into my kitchen, I could get paprika, I could get all kinds of spices and put them together in a capsule. I've done it for myself. I've taken chili powder, paprika, turmeric, and I put them in capsules. I have a capsule machine where I can put them in and capsulize all these things. And I was taking them for a while, but it got to be a pain in the neck. But could I put them together and sell them and just get labels and make labels and say that these will make you 10 times stronger within 2 years? Yeah, I could do that. Will the FDA stop me? Nope. If it kills somebody, the FDA would stop me. Or if it made people very sick, they would. But I could trick you all I want if I wanted to. I could put this. I came up with, and I could wear a lab coat, and I could say I came up with this amazing new elixir. I came up with this amazing new pill that is scientifically proven. That's a bunch of garbage. No. Like that one guy that's on all the time. He says, you can eat whatever you want. I eat donuts all day long, and I don't work out that hard. I forget his name now, but he does this thing, and Dr. Drew is with him now. These two charlatans that are trying to tell you that all you got to do is do this thing and take this stuff, and it will make you, you won't have to work out hard at all. All you have to do is eat donuts and sit at the table, and you can go to the gym a little bit, but you don't have to really knock yourself out. He doesn't even use his name. I forget what he calls himself. Doesn't really matter. When I remember it, I'll tell you. But it's wrong. It's wrong. And my friend, I don't know if he's watching or not, but I hope that he's learning that this is a problem. You cannot just throw things down your gullet and expect magic to happen. You can't not know what you're putting in your body and not worry about what is going to happen, because bad things can happen if you put bad things in your body. The argument of TRT, the argument of steroids is debunked. They are dangerous unless the TRT, only if it's prescribed by a doctor because you are low on testosterone. But if you're doing it because you want to jack up and you want to get bigger, the science is clear. You don't take it. You just don't. Remember the letters NSF. You want to look for NSF supplements, because that means that they've been studied by a group who are like the FDA, but they're not government. They're a company that does it. So just be careful with what you do out there. The stuff that you take, and remember there are no shortcuts. It doesn't work, and it never will. Like I said, if it did, it would be, everybody would do it. But going back to Rachel's question too, I mean, can women get bigger and stronger on steroids? Absolutely. I mean, they sure they can. Women can become very, very big on steroids, and they can become extremely muscular and very strong, and also grow an Adam's apple. I mean, do you want that if you're a woman? I mean, some might not care. Acne on your back and all over your body. So, just know that there are risks with everything you take. So we're going to wrap up there. We're going to just watch this one little commercial on the event that's coming up, the NHL celebrity hockey game for Crohn's, colitis, and ostomy. I'll come back and finish off the show, and we will be done for the week.
Hey everybody, I just want to tell you how thankful I am that you came out tonight and helped us out on a very special evening. Crohn's and colitis are terrible diseases, and they affect a lot of people, not only in the Delaware Valley, but all over the world. And hopefully we can find a cure someday.
Lou Nolan here with you at the Checkmates versus the Flyers alumni. We had a great time this afternoon. Game was close, and we're all here for Checkmates Charities, which is the real reason that everybody's here, not only the players, but all the fans that were here. It was a great day, and we're really happy to be here.
It was fun to be out here at Northeast Skate Zone because the Checos were a pretty good team, and so we had a lot of fun with the charity.
And it was good because they took it easy on us old guys. So we had a good time. So anytime you can do something for charity, and I know a couple guys on the other team, and just be on the rink, we all go have fun.
Good times go. I'm either gone in an instant or here to the bitter end. I never know what I've got.
I want to thank my family for all that they did to help me get through this, and there's a lot of planning that get done. It has to get done. I want to thank Nick's Roast Beef and Common Avenue for all they've done. Dr. Prieto for saving my life, finding the disease and treating me for so long, and the Flyers organization for all they do to help us raise money every year. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
I'll see you when I'm gonna sleep. Baby, I'm ready to go. Baby, I'm ready to go. Baby, I'm ready to go.
And we are going to be ready to go August 23rd, 2025. Great event coming up. Great hockey players, Mark Recchi, possibly Rod Brindamore, possibly Kevin Dineen. Brian Pratt will be there. I just talked to Riley Cote. He just signed on. Todd Fedoruk. We have all these people coming up. So you can go to www.checkmatescharity.com. Our company is, our charity is a 501c3. And the tickets are $70 for a 2-hour open bar. You get to watch the game. After the game, 2-hour open bar with the players. Then buffet and all kinds of celebrities coming. Joe Conklin is going to do a comedy skit. Lauren Hart's going to come and sing. Rolf Benersch is going to come, former NFL kicker who kicked with an ostomy. So really just a great thing. Ed Bernstein, a great friend of mine, who lost his daughter, unfortunately, to Crohn's disease. We need to fill that rink. 1,000 people we need in that rink, and we need 750 people in that restaurant. We're already sold, I think, 50 tickets already, and it's 5 months away. So that's great. Buy your tickets early, get them. It's going to be a great day. So I really want to make sure everybody's there. And the last thing, just to wrap it up, I did look up the name V-Shred. So if you are on the internet and you see anything about V-Shred, stay away from V-Shred and Drew Pinsky. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching this week. And I hope to see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.